Welcome back to another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Joey.
And I'm Tim.
And today we got a lot going on, right?
We do.
The end of the year is always like this, right?
And at the end of the video, we're doing a giveaway.
We are doing a giveaway, yes. And it's pretty exciting. It's a nice gift. So stick around until after the cooking part of it when we're trying the food, and we'll talk all about that, right?
I think there's a few things we want to share up front.
Yes, we want to talk about our financial supporters.
Okay.
Right? If you like getting these videos, you can get them up to 2 days earlier with Patreon or PayPal. If you're a Patreon or PayPal member, one of our financial supporters, then you know you're the people that help put the show together and get the plant-based message out to the public. If you've ever seen the show and thought, how can I help? How can I be part of this? That's how you can help. You become a financial supporter, right? And we could always use the help.
That sounds good, but a way we can support you is through these videos, but also we have a Facebook group.
Yeah.
And that group is super encouraging, don't you think?
It scares me. It's 11.
It scares you?
It's 11.
Because of the amount of people?
Because of the size. It's 11. I know it's funny. Like, I don't like to be the center of attention. If you know me at school and all that, you know that. So watching me on these videos is kind of ironic, right?
Yeah,
but that group is 11,000 people, and I'm very interactive in it. So I'm talking with most of them.
Yeah. I mean, this oil-free cooking thing is just something no one understands. So if you feel isolated, like here you go in this group and all these people are trying different things or modifying or doing our recipes, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the Plant-Based Dads Starch Solution Enthusiast. Here's what it looks like right here on Facebook. You can send a join message, and I've got another administrator on there, Becca, and my sister April's administrator on there. So it's a bunch of us.
We're really lucky to have them.
We're really lucky to have all of them. That's right. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, April.
Yeah.
But still, the sheer size of that group for Facebook is kind of scary.
It's daunting. So. Joey, who's the little fellow with us?
So, look who's back. Little Red. If you've been watching, you know Little Red's back. He comes back this time every year. And even though it's winter, well, it's fall, but almost winter, right? Rest of the country.
Yeah.
In Phoenix, it's still beautiful. And Little Red's sporting his little summer splash gear here, right? Yeah. He's got his Summer Vibes shirt on with his little watermelon shorts and his glasses.
Who makes these now?
So all of Little Red's outfits and attire comes from the redelfshop.com.
Yeah, look at the detail she gives. I mean, this is fun. Besides the antics with Little Red, the outfits make the holidays work.
Yeah, and Little Red represents like all of Lex's childhood. Every time I see him, I remember all the time I had to hide him and all that. So we love Little Red in this house, and we love Juliana for doing that. Yeah. Go to theredelfshop.com, give it a shot. They have outfits for all year long, not just for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
If you buy anything or if you visit over there, tell Juliana we said hi, right? All right, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe right here so we can keep bringing you more of these videos, right? And so it puts us in the algorithm for YouTube and all that stuff. All right,
So Joy, if I'm ready to cook,
right?
Is there a resource to help me with that?
There is. Yes, if you're ready to cook, you don't need to stop the video and write down what I'm saying. You could go to our website. Did you know we have a complete website with all the recipes in it and all that stuff? And it's not monetized. I don't have it linked to advertising, so...
Yeah, this is very basic.
Yeah.
But which makes it kind of nice and easy at the same time, right?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about ads trying to flip you. And it's not one of those things where you're looking for the recipe and I go through my whole life story and how I got to it and then there's a recipe. No. It's just the recipe. So it's www.plantbaseddads.net. I don't want to pay GoDaddy for the .com, because someone's got it and I have to buy it, so forget it.
.net.
.net. www.plantbaseddads.net. And that, you'll just go to recipes, and it'll show you all of the recipes, right? You can click on whichever one you want, and you can do file and print from your browser and just print it. So
today's recipe, braised cabbage, the same thing. You'll be able to get the recipe on. This is a fun recipe, Joey, that we're doing today.
Yeah,
with oranges.
It's a delicious, beautiful recipe that Tim threw together. He's been making. So in the video, Tim's making it with. It's supposed to be made with cabbage. But you'll see us, I was like, well, Brussels sprouts are little baby cabbages, right? So if it works with cabbage, we should be able to make it work with Brussels sprouts,
It's an alternative for that.
So yeah, you'll see us cook in the video Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and bok choy. But the idea is that you pick one of those and make the recipe, right? It isn't that you use all of them.
Right.
But we wanted to show you, right, rather than having a pan of Brussels sprouts, we wanted to show you how we seared each one.
Yeah, that braising part, the charring in the beginning. So I wanted to show that.
So this is kind of a 3-in-1 video. Braised Brussels sprouts, braised cabbage, and braised bok choy, right?
Yeah. So stay tuned to the end of the video. We'll go over the giveaway. But let's get started. All right, the first thing I wanted to do is show all the vegetables that are needed for this recipe. So we've got our cabbage, bok choy, Brussels sprouts. Now you can just pick one of those. Today I'm showing you 3 options all together. Maybe you want to do that as well. Our accent is going to be the orange here. We're going to cook that. Our garlic, our scallions cut. Let's get started. We first want to set our pan to medium high. We want to braise the vegetables that we're going to use. This is a recipe for cabbage, but I'm showing you with Brussels sprouts and bok choy just because these are harder vegetables to eat for some people, and in this sauce is just going to make it much more palatable. Remember now, since we're going to cook with no oil, I want to put a little bit of our broth in here to brown these vegetables. So now I'm putting on the cabbage. Again, we want these to be kind of charred, kind of brown. Which is kind of fun. When do we ever do this, right? I have this baby bok choy. We're gonna do the same thing here. You can see it's starting to turn a little bit of color, but basically I'm going to kind of leave these alone. This is looking good. See the color that we got in there? That's what we're trying to accomplish for everything. So I'm going to begin taking these Brussels sprouts out. Some char there. Got some char right on there. We got some char there. Okay. So basically these all charred together. All right, I'm gonna put 2 cups of vegetable stock in here. Now I'm just gonna lay some scallions. I've crushed some chunks of garlic, so I'll put those in. And now for the surprise of the meal, I got oranges. So we're gonna give this a squeeze. And then I'll lay these in here so we can get the citrus oils, juices cooking. And so I'm using 2 oranges today. So I'm going to turn this down to low. We're going to simmer this for a half hour. Really, these other vegetables don't need that, but because we're cooking with the cabbage primarily for this recipe, 30 minutes. So I'm going to cover this up. And I'll see you back in just a minute. Okay, we've been at a half hour. Let's take a look. Okay, so the cabbage is nicely cooked. This is great. So I'm going to remove these things now because we're going to reduce the fluid that's in here for our sauce, for our topping. Okay, so I'm getting in the process of plating this. So I've got my Brussels sprouts here, bok choy to go on the sides here. Perfect. So this is what I want as a result. We're going to reduce this broth now to a sauce to pour over. So rest of these things I can take out now. So you can see why I left them whole, so we can easily pick them out. Okay, so you can see we have some char from earlier. That just scrapes off nicely. This is, again, flavor for our reduction here. So I'm just gonna scrape this a little bit to get this off. 3 more ingredients to add to this for the flavor. So I've got some miso paste. This is gonna be easy to remember. It's 1.5 teaspoons for all this. Reduced sodium soy sauce. And then maple syrup. Or the sweetener of your choice. You could use a date paste, I guess, but this is what I have. So I will get this going, and I've got it on medium heat. I want this to bubble, boil, to reduce, and this will happen faster than you think, and then this goes over the vegetables. And again, this recipe is just a crowd pleaser for people who find it hard to eat cabbage, you know, Brussels sprouts, bok choy. So glad I get to share this recipe. Now, you can add some red chili flakes if you want to add a little spice to this. You can taste this as you go, but that orange comes through. A little bit of garlic. It's the hint of the green onion. This is something a lot of people, I think, haven't had in terms of flavor profile. So it might be really nice to do one night. I'm not using a very wide burner, so I'm pulling it from the sides to the center. You can see how much it's reduced already. I just want a little bit more thickness to it when I do a pour from the spoon. Okay, I just turned off the burner. I feel like this is getting reduced like we want. Now to plate. So these are the vegetables that we've placed, right? So I'm going to put it on the side here so you can see on the screen. I'm going to take this and just run it over. You can see that it's sticking to the vegetables, and that's kind of what I want, right? So the vegetable is still the star of the show, but it's going to add this orange sweetness glaze out of what we just had. So you just saw how quick and easy this recipe is. While food is cooking, you can get these ingredients ready, so not stressful at all in terms of cooking. So there we are, ready to go on the table. Okay, this is one way of meal presentation. Otherwise, we could just plate up. So I'll show you on a plate. So the sauce is kind of a strong flavor for sure, but we have bitter vegetables, and that's why this works. One serving idea is I just have some chives laying around the house, but I thought this could be added as a little garnish if you want, and that's what that looks like. These are such good vegetables for our gut microbiome, our gut in general, so this is one more way to incorporate these into our lives.
And that's all there is to it. So remember, we did 3 different veggies, but you choose one.
Yeah,
right.
Usually this is just with cabbage.
Right.
We wanted to show the option of the bok choy because we see that at Costco where it's fresh in supermarkets, and then also the Brussels sprouts. It's just one more way to make Brussels sprouts without oil and fat.
We get a lot of inspiration from cheap produce at Costco, right? Don't you think? All right.
I normally don't make this. What am I going to do with it? So that's the inspiration.
But then like a whole bag of Brussels sprouts for like $5. You're like, I really need to do something with this, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you can see here that we've got these beautiful vegetables with that awesome like golden sauce on it. It's just got that brown tint to it, and I swear it's absolutely delicious. We threw some chives on there. Just so much flavor in such a simple way to present it. And then Tim also has his lunch ready over here. You can see here that he's sectioned it out. It's ready to go. All right, so let's give this a taste.
So I made 4 of these. This will heat up nicely, go alongside.
Yeah.
Here we're getting fiber we need. Like, such a good idea, right?
Tim, if you've seen our lunch videos, Tim likes to portion his lunches out for the week. I don't. I make it all in there, and then every night or the day of, I put them into small containers.
Yeah.
I feel like if they're in those containers already, I'm limited. But at the same time, that's what I eat all week anyway. I don't know, psychological thing. Yeah. Let's give this a shot. I want to go ahead and cut this and see what we got.
So notice again the sauce, how it stays on because we've reduced it. It's thick. I kind of like that, so it's not so runny.
It's hard to believe this is cabbage, right? Like, it almost looks like it's a...
The sauce holds up on this to fight any of the bitterness and stuff. I like it. And it's fun to cook with oranges, right? So if you're having people over, or it's for family, it's something different.
So the orange taste is kind of a hint, and you're almost like, this is a familiar taste. What is it, right? Like, it's not that overpowering, juicy orange taste.
No.
And you squeeze those things in there, too, right?
Yeah. This isn't orange cabbage from a Chinese restaurant. That's not what we're doing.
No, yeah, no. It's absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
All right, so a great holiday dish. Let's talk about the giveaway, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if I'm just going to pull this thing out and
I'm
you
gonna
can kind
eat
of
more
see
of
what
this.
it is. So what we're going to be giving away is the exact pan that we used in the video, right? This is a Doll Strong pan. It's a beautiful frying pan, and this is the 5.1 quart 12-inch frying pan. It's a 5-ply copper core, has a hammered silver finish. It's a beautiful addition to any kitchen.
Joey, a lot of people do not have this size, a 5 quart. So as far as a giveaway, I just thought we were giving value to anyone who doesn't have this size. And you saw me cook with it.
Yeah.
Because of that copper core, it's responding really fast to heat. It was nice to work with.
It's amazing. And, you know, you've seen me in other videos, if you watch the videos, where I start in one pan and then I have to switch to a much bigger, deeper side frying pan. This is the one I switched to, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm making, you know, any of those dishes where I'm throwing a lot of veggies in, this takes it. It's got really tall sides, right?
And I think you saw I used the lid, and there's a hole in the lid to let a little steam evaporate so you don't have to have it on crooked. It's well done.
We've been using this pan a lot. I'm just going to push it over here. It's gigantic, right? So here's the deal with the contest. There'll be a link below this video on how to enter. It starts today, November 15th, and it goes to November 30th, all right? It's all managed by King Sumo because I don't have time to run a contest and worry about the rules.
Yeah, and that's a third-party vendor, so we don't really have anything to do with choosing someone. It's all done.
It's all done automatically. It'll pick someone and give me their name or their email address. You can enter below. Now, you enter and it gives you an entry, and then you can earn like a few more entries by watching one of April's videos. There'll be a link there, and then subscribing to her channel to help her get her channel up. So all that stuff will be in there also. And then it'll randomly pick someone at the end of the contest. I think I have it for the first week of December to pick someone.
Okay.
And then that email address that you use to enter, I'll be contacting you. Now,
then we can get it mailed out before Christmas.
yeah, you'll be cooking Christmas dinner in this pot, hopefully, right? And tag us if you do. This is a beautiful pot to cook in, so you'll be doing it this Christmas, right?
Awesome.
When we collect your email address, all that, we don't collect them. They're used for the entry of that, and I didn't purchase the part of King Sumo where I can keep all those addresses, so I don't get them, and I'm not interested in them.
So the point in that, Joey and I hate when we get all these emails and stuff. That's not happening to you. We didn't turn on that feature.
Yeah.
We're not collecting.
I don't carry email addresses. I'm using it this one time to contact you if you win, and then I never contact you in. And
So I'm glad you
it.
shared
So,
that. This was a big thing to share, I think.
Yeah, because I mean, you just don't know what you're getting when you give this information out, right? So between now, November 30th, end of the contest, someone's got to win this thing, right? Someone's cooking dinner in this. It might as well be you, all right? All right, that's our video for today. Beautiful braised cabbage, or braised Brussels sprouts, or braised bok choy, right?
Again, non-starchy vegetable.
Yes.
And we need alternatives. This is one, definitely, with the oranges.
Serve this with your potatoes. It'd be great with rice, right? You could pour this over rice guilt-free because it's all non-starch, so you have your starch.
That sauce will work nicely. It's strong enough to hold carryover on the rice. So.
It'll be amazing. Hit that like button, show us some love. What's not to like? If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. You'll get notified every time we have a new video, usually every Tuesday. And leave a comment below. You prepared for holiday dinners? Like, it's here, right? Even though Little Red's got his little summer outfit on, he's going to have to get to work soon, right?
Soon. It's coming.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye-bye.